My eyes close to the lights, having big dreams, little time,
What's good, family? Neighborhood niggas, good in the hood, checking in. Peace and love to everybody that's tuning in. Peace and love to those of y'all that be tapping into every video that I drop. I really appreciate it. Got so much more stuff on the way, but that's not the point. Today, I want to talk to you all about how to become a magnet. Okay? How to become magnetic. How to attract the things that you want in your life. How to really bring that into reality. All right? Reality, right? So, here's the thing, all right? Let's go ahead and get popping off. Here's some keys that you can utilize so that you can become magnetic. A lot of times people talk about, oh, this is how you do, this is how you do, but they don't give you practical things that you can do. Well, here is the answer, okay? So, number one, the first thing that you have to do in order to become magnetic is to alter your mindset. Now, why is it that simple? Why is it so simple as altering your mindset? Well, let's think about it, okay? The all is mind, right? So this phone that you're watching me on, or laptop, or computer, or TV that you're watching me on, somebody had to think about that in order for it to be created, right? Okay, so that came from the mind. The hoodie that I got on, the clothes that you're wearing, you know what I'm saying? Those things came from the mind. So they had to think about it, envision it, and then physically put into action in order to manifest it, right? So that's where you get the I am. I stands for imagination, the A stands for action, and the M stands for manifestation. Okay? So the reason why I'm saying to alter your mind is because if you're going to already create things into your life by what you think, how you think about certain situations, you're already going to create something. So you might as well alter your mind to a state to whereas when you think about things, it's about the stuff that you want to create. You give more focus and more energy to the things that you want to create. Okay? Because you're going to think about stuff either way. You're going to think about positive and you're going to think about negative things. But when you're able to alter your mind, you're able to focus on those positive things a little bit more. You're able to say, if you have a crazy idea, you're able to say, oh, nah, I'm not going to do that. And you can change that in your mind to be something positive, you know? So, just number one in itself, altering the mind can change so much about your current position. And it can make you become so magnetic because instead of going, like, if you, for example, if you like somebody, and instead of being like, oh, well, you know what, they'll never like me, blah, 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 I'll never try. If you're saying these things, lowering you're already lowering your chances of attraction. You're going to attract the exact opposite of what you really want because you're putting out that energy. But if you go about things saying, I know I'm beautiful, I know I'm handsome, I know that, I'm attracting whoever is going to serve my highest value, then you saying things like this constantly over and over again, you are going to be able to alter and trick your subconscious mind into actually believing that. Now, here's the thing. The subconscious mind that we all have does not communicate by words, okay? Which is a great thing because if it did, the subconscious mind, for one, it controls and everything that goes on because the all is mind, right? So if everything you said was downloaded by the subconscious mind, a lot of us would be in deep trouble. Like, let's be real. You know what I'm saying? We all have some crazy thoughts here and there. But the subconscious mind, it works in signs and symbols, okay? So it can be as simple as you drawing a heart and you putting something inside of that heart that you want to manifest when it comes to love. It can be as simple as drawing a whole bunch of smiley faces. It can be as simple as drawing a cross, you know, a cross, and you give that cross meanings. You give it energy. You know what I mean? It can be as simple as anything like that, signs and symbols. And those, when I say you give, that's going to be the next step. But What I'm saying is that when it comes to the mind, it's important that you focus on altering your perspective, right? Consciously make that effort and put in repetition, because repetition creates habits, and when you create a habit, then you get into the momentum of doing that all the time. For example, the first thing in order that I always say when it comes to altering your mind, the first step is giving gratitude. Giving gratitude for where you're at in life. It doesn't matter if it doesn't matter if you on the side of the street. It doesn't matter if you at your parents' home. It doesn't matter if you at in Hawaii, wherever. It's important that you always give gratitude for whatever position you're at, because for one, you have breath. You have spirit flowing within your vessel, right? Right. So if you have the breath, then you still have the capability of changing where you're at any point in time. You can put in that work and really be like, all right, cool, like let me go ahead and really manifest this thing, because now you're able to shift your idea, because you're giving thanks for where you're at. It can be as simple as making sure that your room is clean, because your room represents your mind. You know what I'm saying? So if it's cluttered in the room and you got a whole bunch of shit everywhere, then your mind is typically going to be cluttered. You're not going to be able to be open to receive, because godliness is next to cleanliness. So if you want to be walking in a magnetic energy, you got to make sure that you got your parameters in order so that you can attract the things. Because if it's clutter everywhere, where can the manifestations go? They ain't got nowhere to go. You ain't got no space for them. You know what I mean? So yes, when it comes to the mind, you need to focus. That's the number one priority right there. Focusing on the mind, number one priority. All right. Number two. Number two is the action aspect. So after you decide to continuously give gratitude and you rechanging your mind, now you got to put in action. All right. So if you want to receive certain things, then you have to put those certain things out into the universe. So if it's love, if you want to receive love, then you got to show love to others. You got to support others. Like if somebody has something, you just they it mean a lot to them. If you will pull up, you got to show that love, because then when you get into a position, you're going to want that thing back. You're going to want somebody to show up back for you. If you want money, you got to be willing to spend it. You know what I mean? You can't be holding on to money with like oh man, nah, money's. You can't hold on to it like that, because it's not going to want to come back to you. The money want to be free. The money is a currency. It want to flow. You know what I'm saying? It want to flow like the river. But guess what? When you got you got a river that's in a water that's in a standstill, it's not flowing. It becomes stagnant. It becomes dirty. It starts to accumulate bacteria and viruses and things of that nature. So when you talking about the currency, all right, you got to understand that currency got to flow as well, right? So it's important to not get so caught up on things. You know what I'm saying? Understand that you are an abundant person, and that comes with a mindset of abundance, right? You understand that every time you do certain things, it comes back to you tenfold. Every single time I spend money, I make more money than I spent every single time. It never fails. Every time. So in order for me to get to that point, you know what I'm saying, I had to continue like always think about that. You know what I mean? So yeah, divine action is necessary. So like, when it comes to becoming magnetic, you got to put out the energy that you want, because that's like what some people don't believe in karma, but I believe, but believe in cause and effect. It's the same thing. So when you like, you know, do something, say if you got a grandmama that asks you to cut her grass, and you cut her grass, that's the cause and the effect. She might make you a peach cobbler or something like that, or she may give you some money. That's the effect. You know what I'm saying? So, but you have to put in some type of cause or some type of thing first, some type of divine action in order to receive. Because you'll never just receive just sitting back, being like, okay, you know what I'm saying? Where is that? You know what I mean? Like, nah, that's not how it's gonna work. You have to be willing to put in some type of maneuver, some type of movement, some type of action in order to truly receive the things that you want. There is no other way around it. because that is the algorithm of this world that we live in. Okay? So yeah, of course, I'm not saying that you gotta work your ass off and this or the other, nah. But the things have to be meaningful. You know what I mean? Because the goal is not to work harder, it's to work smarter, right? So if that's the case, then you have to be willing to make certain movements that you know are going to pay off bigger than going working. And no offense to anybody work 9 to 5, whatever, that's perfectly fine. What I'm saying is that for those of you all who are done with working a 9 to 5 and you want to attract more things into your life, you have to be willing to give more value. All right, you have to be willing to give out more value than you receive, because it's like, for example, if you create a service, all right, you create a service and you like, okay, for this service, give me $555. Well, if you don't provide enough value to where the customer is thinking that that money is going to be well spent with you, that they're not even thinking twice about spending that money on you, you know what I'm saying, that they actually is looking forward to it, unless you put in the value that gives them that perspective of mind, then you won't receive what you want. Of course, you have to know what your value is. We know that you're limitless value, limitless. But the thing is that you also have to be willing to give that value to others. So that way that they're being like, okay, cool, I'll receive that. I'll give back to you. That's how you become magnetic. That's a part of it. Action. And the action entails the giving out the value. Right? Right. And, when we're moving on to the next step, before we move on to the next step, I just want you all to really understand the mindset is number one before anything. You have to really believe that you are worth it. You can't be walking around here like, dang, like, I don't got this, I don't got. You can't be doing that, because at the end of the day, you have to be, like I said, gratitude. In order for you have to give thanks in order to receive more. If the universe isn't seeing that you are appreciative, if your God isn't seeing that you're appreciative of what you already have, then why would it give you more? You already not appreciating the things that you have. You see what I'm saying? And then when it comes to action, you have to be like, well, you know what? I'm so abundant and I have so much that I'm willing to offer things. So like, if you see somebody on the side of the road, if you got it, give it to them. Like, you gonna get that back tenfold. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter if it's a 50, it don't matter if it's a 20, it don't matter, because you're gonna get it back. Like, that is the cause, and then you have the effect. You have to always think about it like that. You know what I'm saying? Not think about it and move out of a movement of lack. That's not the key. That's not the keys here. Okay. Um. So yeah, and the third thing is, of course, like I said, I am. So it's manifestation. We already passed the imagination, action, and manifestation. So manifestation, you have to be able to visualize the things that you want. You have to be able to visualize it. If you're not able to visualize the things that you want, then how are you going to be able to materialize that? Right? You have to be putting in that effort, that energy to be like, you know what, this is something that I really want, and I can see myself there. If you can't see yourself there, it's going to be hard for you to really bring that down, because it all starts in the mind anyway, right? So you have to be able to manifest the things that you want. You got to see it. You know what I'm saying? So first off, if you want a new spot, if you want a car, you have to be able to visualize those things. When you get inside of your car, you how this is how you'll show gratitude. You get inside your car, you making sure that it's clean. You know what I'm saying? You vacuuming it up, like, you got it washed and everything. Like, you just like, oh man, like, you get in there, you imagine yourself like, dang, I'm in a Ferrari, whatever, or I'm in a Lambo truck, you know what I'm saying? Whatever it is that you want to visualize, it ain't got to be that materialistic, but I'm just giving you an example. So you actually visualizing like you in there, you got the new car smell, you know what I'm saying? Like, you being very appreciative for what you have. And then you put that visualization into it, then it's like that visualization is a part of the manifestation aspect. You see what I'm saying? So, it's important that when it comes to the three keys that you need in order to become magnetic, you have to, one, you have to use your imagination. You have to alter your mindset. You have to change your mindset. Instead of a mindset of lack, a mindset of abundance, overflowing, a mindset of power, a mindset of limitless potential. Don't the sky is no longer the limit. The limit is what you set it to be, if there is one. You see what I'm saying? You have to already change your mindset to that. Two, you have to have action. You have to be willing to put out the type of energy that you want to receive back. You have to be willing to, network. You have to be willing to go out of your way, not out of your way, but you have to be willing to accept things that are outside of you sometimes in order to receive something higher. So that means networking, it means putting in some teamwork, like that means, going out to seminars, like giving people value, giving people things that you will want to receive back. Everything isn't about the money. So when you know that you are abundant in money, then it's like it's gonna continuously come to you because you're not like, dang, like I gotta get it, I gotta get it. It's like when you're chasing, it's like they say chasing a cat. The moment you start to chase the cat, it's gonna run away from you. But when you sit there and you allow it to come to you, that's the difference. It's the same thing with chasing women. It's the same thing with chasing money. It's the same. It's the same concept. That concept is universal. You don't need to chase it. You just need to attract it. That's all you gotta do. Position yourself right so that it will come to you. And then with the last one is, of course, manifestation. So if you really want to manifest the things that you want, you got to be able to visualize it. You put into action. You have to know that it's coming. It's already there. You have to know that it's here right now. You have to constantly walk and feel like, all right, you know what? I'm a king. I'm a god. Whatever you want to call yourself. I'm universal. Because there's always a higher. We know that. But what I'm saying is that you have to empower yourself. You have to know who you are. You know what I mean? You can't question that anymore. And you have to manifest those things. If you want to manifest aspects of your heavenly kingdom to this earth, then you gotta see it. And you gotta believe it. You feel me? So those are three things that I wanted to share with you all about how to become magnetic. Three actionable things that you can put into, you can start doing this today. You know what I'm saying? It's a matter of you and how bad do you want it. So this is Neighborhood Niggas giving the keys back to the hood. You feel me? Please tap in with me on my website, www.selfknowledge.com. On this website, I give you all more keys in order to become your greatest version, in order to really know yourself to the best of your ability, in order to really expand and be able to help others, build your capacity so that you can help others. I provide these keys on that website, so tap in with me. And if you have any questions, feel free to email or DM me. I'm always open, always willing to help. So with that being said, appreciate you all tapping in. Much love. Tune in for the next one. Peace.